What's up, y'all? Hope y'all doing well. First world video in 2025. Man, oh man. 5 years? 5 years of WUG. This is insane. And to commemorate that, I am doing a race with a maxed out version of WUG's first add-on car. And I made a little tweaks, put the World United license plate. But this is an 835 overall M3 GTR. And I gotta say, dang, this thing, what the heck, man? This is fire. This is actually a fire car to drive. What on earth? And I did not mean to do that. This is my first ever race using this car. And man, it's so nice to drive. Such a nice car to drive. So fire. And it grips so well. It's just such an enjoyable car to drive. It's like the car, it's like a grippier version of the A-Class, which is weird. Maybe because it has more speed. But it glides. It feels like it glides. It's such a nice car to drive. We go up against a Wyra, and over here the Wyra should probably be catching up, but man, you know how I feel with the Wyra S1 especially. It's not a great car, especially in the corners. Maybe for top speed, but that's it. Now this is definitely a grip racer because we are capping at 215, which is quite low. But man, 5 years. I think this car released in February, so it'll probably be a couple more weeks before it's this car is 5 years old. However, man, you know, the fact that the game is still here and we can enjoy it, and there's still a decent player base, you know. I know 80 to 100 players usually, as what I see, isn't crazy. Obviously it's a downfall from last year. That makes sense. All games, player count gets lower and lower. Obviously the updates are less and less. But the fact that the servers are still thriving, the game is still up, it's just a testament to the community of how beloved this game is, and it's way more alive than certain modern games. And time to get back to the walkthrough, and man, oh man, this car, it's definitely something. I gotta give you that, you know, it's definitely something. I am back to playing on keyboard. That's an invisible wall. There's no way. That's an invisible wall right there. Ain't no way I hit the wall. I have to look at that again because that is insane, man. Like I was saying, I'm back on keyboard, and that's simply because of the fact that the controller I have is no longer here. It's somewhere else being used for better things. And it kind of works sometimes, kind of doesn't. It wasn't the most reliable thing because this game only detects Xbox 360 controllers, and that was an aftermarket DualShock controller. So sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. And all these ways to hide the original controller and things, so it can detect it as a 360 controller, was becoming less and less reliable. So I gotta go back to the way I always played this game, which is on keyboard. And I do gotta say, my times are definitely way worse because I'm telling you, when I first played on controller, even though I wasn't fully used to it, my lap times were matching and better than with a keyboard. But I am trying to get used to it. This car really feels really weighty because like the moment you start turning it, it has a large turning radius. But it's so heavy. So, because of the fact that it's so heavy on the steering, you kind of have to like do that, and then but if you put too much steering input, your car kind of does that. So it was a very interesting car. However, you can exploit it if you know how to, you know, really weight your shifts, you know? Really weight your shifts. Man, the entire time I was saying weight your shifts, meaning weight your steering input. If you ever drive this car, you'll know what I mean. And there's also a lot of, oh, we got a 3-star skill mod, nice. We are with the RSX. Tune this thing up a little bit. Not really, this is the E-Class, but eventually I do turn into a D-Class car. I will turn into a D-Class car. And we're up against 2 Megans, I think. So let's see how this thing does. Now my progress on the no perfect start achievement, I'm very close. I think I maybe need, at my current progress right now, because these videos are pre-recorded, I'm at 47, so very close. I can complete it very soon. And you'll start seeing me do perfect starts probably in February. So I can't tell if I'm closing in on them or we're at a standstill. And this car doesn't have great top end speed, so once there's a straightaway, I don't think we can make it. But we are slowly creeping up. However, we are almost at 90%. So I think the moment this car can use the advantage of better cornering speed, the race is already over. I actually found that really hilarious. It goes to show, man, how different certain things would be if perfect start is a thing. Now we are doing the weekly time attacks. Here I'm doing with the RSX. But as I can see, there is a meta. And that meta is that Fiat. Now in terms of the best tune for the Fiat, man, I was seeing elite parts on that thing. And let me tell you, on this account, we got no money. In fact, actually, even on my other account too. I maxed out the M3 GTRs, got rid of the garage, so I don't got money like that. So we're going to have to stick with essentially the general tunes on the tuning sheet, which are good, but you need that. If you really want to be the fastest, you need the optimal time. You know what I'm saying? You really do need that optimal time. We are catching up to this Megane. However, man, this thing, oh, it is not a grippy car. I gotta say that for sure. And it's very interesting. Someone brought a GTO to this. This is a very interesting pick. Now, this is not my fastest time with this car. My fastest time with this car was a 151. And I bet for a fact that if I had a controller, I could easily beat the silver time, which was 150. But we're gonna have to make do with the bronze rewards. And bronze rewards ain't bad at all, especially at this point. You know, we just trying to stack up money, slowly build up our garage. And I feel like I haven't really stated kind of like the end goal. I'd say the end goal of this would probably be to, I wouldn't say reach level, because one, I didn't even complete world myself. You know, I'm never gonna reach the max level. And two, it just takes way too long to do that. I don't got the time to come in and do it like I once did. So let's buy that meta Fiat. Let's see how it does without the perfect start, because perfect start does play a huge factor. Like, those dudes are probably at 100. I'm at 70. That makes such a big difference. So let's see how this Fiat does, if it's dramatically better. My fastest time is actually with the Integra, which was a 150. So we'll see how this thing goes. But like I was saying, I think the end goal is to, I mean, I would say technically it would be to get one of the Bugattis, but the thing is, like, the Bugattis, man, Bugattis are, it took me a long time to get. and technically I could easily get it if I tried. But my end game for this is to beat all the blacklist numbers, because that's something I never did. And that's something that is attainable. It's very achievable, especially if I collect the garage of certain cars. And, you know, that's all RNG, but one, I need to get to a level to do that. And as well as the fact completing the Palmon challenges, which I haven't done as well. So we'll see how long this takes. Maybe it might take a full year. You never know, you know? I might do some off-camera stuff. So far, everything, all the recording is basically all the time I played. And we are at level 25, which is a good sign. And we do have some money, so we can start eventually. You know, the way progression is, it's so much better than how it used to be. So it is pretty attainable to get nice cars pretty quick and be relatively high level and not grind out and get bored, you know? And that's gonna be it for today, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a good one. And let me know what car I should buy next. Peace.